Each year, antibiotic-resistant infections cause illness in more than 2 million people in the United States and lead to around 2,300 deaths. Overuse of antibiotics results in loss of healthy bacteria in your intestines, resistant infections such as C. diff, and can be treated with bacterial therapy. Antibiotics have been successfully used for decades and are meant to kill and inhibit the bacteria in your system. However, they're not effective against viral infections such as flu and strep throat. The average American child receives 10 to 20 rounds of antibiotics by age of 18, and 1/3 to 1/2 of all pregnant women receive 1 to 2 during their pregnancy. According to Dr. Cesar Arias, he explains to in ABC News in 2011. Doctors prescribe antibiotics for a variety of treatments, such as acne, pneumonia, UTIs, and lung infections. The overuse and long-term, it causes the microbiome within your intestines to be affected. It's a major concern for health professionals because the bacteria is at an imbalance and it causes major sickness in people. Lena Sun of the Washington Post writes on March 4th, 2014, in a 114-page report, the CDC detailed for the first time that nearly 24 antibiotic-resistant microbes are taking on humans, which is concerning to the public. Should the trend continue, infections may become essentially untreatable. Long-term effects of antibiotics affect many people of all ages, including children, young adults, and the elderly. When their patients are prescribed antibiotics, the common infection is C. diff, Clostridium difficile. It causes major intestinal problems, and in patients with diminishing immune systems, it can cause sepsis and possible death. The only way to fix this problem is to regulate prescriptions through the doctors. Rachel Redner of Live Science writes in March 2014 that the CDC estimates that reducing the use of broad-spectrum antibiotics by 30% would lead to 26% decrease of C. diff infections. There's about 250,000 C. diff infections reported in hospital patients a year. Bacterial therapy is the cure for C. diff infections. In the past, traditional medicine has been used, like antibiotics and prescription pills, but they're not proven as effective. Bacterial therapy is also known as fecal transplant. It's quite daunting and gross, but necessary for patients who are struggling. It's a new transplant procedure, and it's government regulated. The training is long for doctors, so there's not many doctors that are performing. Dr. Carl Zimmer from National Geographic writes on August 14th, 2014, that last year a team of Danish and Finnish doctors reported a study of transplants that were 94% effective against the infection. The species in the transplant from a healthy person's gut will grow quickly and outcompete the pathogen, thus returning the intestines to a healthy way. The trials are new, and the doctors are performing bacterial therapy as well as they can. It's a new procedure, and Dr. Griesbach from Mayo Clinic says the beauty of the procedure is that even when patients have an ongoing disease process, their quality of life is tremendously improved after the transplant. To see such turnarounds in a relatively short time is miraculous. In summary, antibiotics have many helpful properties, but one should be aware of the risk for long-term use. Overuse of antibiotics can result in a loss of healthy bacteria, resistant infections like C. diff, and can be cured by bacterial therapy. We've discussed the risks and benefits of using antibiotics when needed, but I urge you to be aware of your healthcare provider's recommendations and be your own advocate.